We have the latest on the failed Times Square terror attack. The alleged bomber is still cooperating with authorities, and the U.S. officials now suspect that the Pakistani Taliban was in on the plan. CBS News national correspondent Jim Axelrod is outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan with the latest. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Harry. And at the moment, there are no court appearances scheduled for Faisal Shahzad today. He's waived his right to a speedy arraignment, and prosecutors certainly don't want to rush things, not as long as he continues to talk.
This exclusive photograph of Faisal Shahzad was taken in Times Square, of all places. That's him on the far right. It's believed the picture is from the past year or two. CBS News has learned that after 2 days of talking to Shahzad, investigators now feel it's become increasingly plausible that the radical group called Pakistani Taliban played some role in the attempted attack. Shahzad told investigators he was schooled in explosives in a Pakistani terror camp. Perhaps, but analysts also say the device that failed to explode Saturday reflects a lack of expertise.
This individual may have been trained, but he wasn't trained very well. This was a sloppy, amateurish device that had multiple points of failure.
The Associated Press is reporting last Wednesday, 3 days before the botched car bombing, Shahzad rehearsed it with a dry run. On Friday, he parked a getaway car close by. But on Saturday, the night of the incident, he mistakenly left the keys to the getaway vehicle in the bomb-laden Pathfinder, forcing him to take public transportation to flee the scene. We are also learning more about how Shahzad was arrested late Monday night. He was seated on the plane. The door was closed as the crew readied the plane for takeoff. The door reopened as federal agents headed down the aisle toward Shahzad. Sources tell CBS News, without any prompting, he calmly said, "What took you so long? I was expecting this. Are you FBI or NYPD?"
They said, "You have to come with us, sir." And he was escorted out of the plane by three officers, by three policemen.
Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security is tightening a security loophole that allowed him to get on the plane in the first place. His name had been added to the no-fly list on Monday, but Emirates Air was working off an outdated list. Airlines will now be required every 2 hours to update their list for no-fly additions. Maggie?
Jim Axelrod in Lower Manhattan. Thank you, Jim.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.